Welcome to this section. We'll be doing data cleaning. For the purpose of this class, this data set is not a real data set. I just coined this out so that we can get the basic understanding of how to clean a data. Now, so when we are done with this data set, when we are done cleaning this data set, we'll be doing visualization, the analysis using pivot table, and then we'll be creating a dashboard. So it's going to follow each other. So it means that the cleaning of data set determine how our visualization and analysis will actually occur. So I want us to take time to do this. Now this is we don't really have much data. This is not a very large data like that. So we just need to clean this one. It's still small like this. So what we'll be doing now, as I've said before that in data cleaning we have techniques: removing of duplicate, handling missing values, standardizing data format, correcting typos, removing irrelevant data, filtering outliers, like having a range, like having values of different trees like that, then validating data type. So I might be following this one for now, but when you work as a professional, you just look into your data, check through it, you aim an objective, and then you start your cleaning. Now, this is a data set. Let us go through data set before we start the cleaning because you need to understand this data set well so that you not just assume things for yourself. Okay, looking at the data set, you see like it looks a little bit clean, but still not clean. So you have to be careful of data set that are clean, that looks clean but not totally clean. So so looking at it, I think this is a data set that shows a variation of the month, region, product, the units sold per product, then the revenue gotten from each product. Then looking at it, we have January in Lagos, each product, the amount of quantity bought in January in Lagos for Zobo, for Tiger Nut, popcorn, and all like that, like that, like that. Now, for me, basically, I created data set in such a way that it's like, let me say, the first half of the year, January to I think that June, the first half of the year, the analysis on the first half of the year, more products sold in different regions like that. So now all those ones when we get analysis, you get that. Now when you are cleaning too, you check through it so that you can understand, at least have an idea. That's what I just did. I got an idea of okay, wow, what's the data set all about. So now let's start cleaning. Number one, the first thing according to what I gave us, but you might not actually follow it. The subsequent one we'll be doing might not actually follow any rule. But let's just follow those ones and let's see how we can go about with it. Now, the first thing we look at is that number one, this is wrong. You're having borders here. Let's having borders. Normally we should not have borders here. So now what I did is that I want to clear all formats here. I want to clear all formats. I just went there straight up because I'm used to all this thing. So clearing of this format, actually we actually format everything that is affecting that cell. If you look at it, you can see clear hyperlinks, clear content you get. So that's that on that. Now the first thing for the techniques, let's check. It said remove. We should remove duplicates. We should remove duplicate. Removing of duplicate. Now let's check if there's duplicate. What you do is that you press Control Shift. When you click the first one, you press Control Shift side, the right hand side, then you click it down. You click it down to click the relevant data sets that you have. So you can just go there and say you go to your data, go to data, then you see remove duplicate. Now click on remove duplicate. If you click on it, it's telling you to select the ones you want to remove duplicate. Sometimes you might sometimes you might need um sometimes you might just need two rows, like you two columns, sorry. Then you just pick out your columns and then delete what you and delete the other ones. Then you start cleaning. So if you don't need some columns, you don't need to clean everything. You can just delete all. But note, keep every of your files when you before you delete. What I mean is that double it, like copy it, have an extra version of what you want to clean so that you get that. Now, if you look at that, my data as header, it's important. Please check everything you are doing in Excel because garbage in, garbage out, so that you don't spoil your analysis. Now, look at this. After clicking OK, Excel says that no duplicate values found. That's why I said that when you are doing your cleaning process, the cleaning process for a data set might be different from the other one. Why? Because data sets are not the same. But you have to be able to judge based on your experience. And the more you solve, the more you clean data, the more you get better. No duplicate found. So I press OK. So we don't have any issue with duplicate. But still, I will need to format this so that I don't have issues. Now, this one now, that I will advise you that you filter it so that you can get details of everything in that column. Now I just filtered it. I'll still do all the formatting well. Now what I did was just I went to filter and I went to filter auto filter. Now the reason for the filtering is this. This is very, very, very important. The reason of filtering it is so that if I click this, it will show you can sort it from there. One, then it will show you all the details that you have. Did you see? April, February, January, June, March. If you look at this one is sorted alphabetically. A B C D E F G H I J K. You understand, and you have blanks. You get so if you want to check through, I would advise you just filter like that. Then check through. You know if you have blanks or not. Check this one through if you have this or not, this or not, this or not. Note, we aren't using Power Query. Why? Because this is a beginner's class. You need to understand how to go about it before you start using your Power Query for your data cleaning. Because some people are like, why don't you open Power Query? Yes, we can actually open Power Query to clean it. But for a beginner class, you need to understand what you're doing before you get to Power Query, before you start using Power Query. So let's continue with this. Let's continue with this. Okay. Now, okay, after doing all these things, I've gotten details that okay, fine, I might have blanks like that. Let me check through this ones. You see, I have details like this that needed to be removed like that. That does not look like a data set you get. Now, so we have done the first thing, we have removed duplicate. Now let's quickly do handling missing values. Let's check if you have missing values. Now, before then, let me teach you something. Look at this. This is January, and then this month is not showing well. So we can do it in two ways. You can actually extend this to see, or you highlight everything, you highlight what you are working with, then you go to your formatting. Then you go to I told you if you are not sure about your where the location of what you are doing is, you can just start. Um, Let me see if we have auto fit selection, auto fit. Now, what I did to the auto fit, when I click the auto fit, it means that every word and every data I have in my data set we actually align in such a way that I can see everything at once. If you look at these boxes here, you see that These ones are very small, these ones are large. What I did is I did the auto fitting. So the auto fitting basically, the auto fitting basically makes me see all my data sets. Like I can see them at a glance instead of me hiding Port Harcourt and January and I'm not seeing months. You get. So I did that for the first one, two, three, four, five, the first five columns so that you can get that. Now let's go to the next thing before I do the general aspect of it. Let's go to handling missing values. Now let's see if we have missing values here. Now what you can do is this: when you click this, you control shift the right hand side, then the arrowing down to highlight it. Now when you highlight it like this and you want to check for your missing values, if you have blanks and all like that, you can go to specials, s- click specials, go to specials. Now the reason why I go to specials is to check the blanks. Now look at these notes, formulas, rows and columns. Just click on the blanks. You want to check if they are blanks, then you click OK. Now it's saying that no cells were found. So meaning we don't have any cells that is blank. But after filtering, check the filtering. You will notice that after filtering this, we have blanks here. Okay. Then we can check for the region. Let's see. Region, we have blanks. Now see this also. Products, we have blanks. Why do we have blanks? So you need to solve. You must not have blanks when you are solving. Okay. If you look at this data set now, you can see there's MBC downward. MBC downward. So you have two things. You can actually delete them, and there's a way you can delete them actually. Two ways you can delete. You can have it there. If you filter it and click this now, it will show only this data set like that. It will show this line. Ah, wow, this line is not needed. So you can right click and delete row. So when you right click and delete row, you can check again. You have deleted that one. So you can go to your filter. If you look at this, you will see that funnel. So you see that it's different from others. So you see the funnel, you click on the funnel back, then you click select all. Then you press OK. If you check select all, you check. Let's check if you still have those ones. We don't have. Let's check. We still have. No, we not have. We don't have them. Now the reason why I deleted them is because they're not relevant to what we have. They are just making everything so messy. You get that's revenue. Let's check revenue too. I think the only thing we have now is okay. We have one here. Two. Okay. Now let's quickly let's remove this. Select no. Now the reason why I filter this is because I can actually scroll down and check it and delete it. But sometimes your data set might be so large that you cannot scroll down. So you only check it from here. So you filter it like this, then let's do control shift side this. Okay. Let's click this control shift this. Okay, it's taking us to this side. So let's take away the rows. I think there's a mistake here. Okay. Control shift this. Delete. Yes, delete this too. Let's check. Let's do this one for. Let's highlight this one, then delete this. Delete row. Now let's bring this back. Let's look. Now notice when you are doing your cleaning, the process of cleaning for everybody might be different, but your aim and objective should be that you actually have a very clean data. That is it. So a lot of people like that can go through different means for their own cleaning process. So it might not be the same. You see, we don't have anything here again. So let's check. Do you see that we don't have blank? Let's check if we still have blanks. You see, we don't have blanks. Let's check again. So I advise you to filter it like that so that you can see all at glance. You get okay. You can see them at once. You see them at the glance at once. Now the next thing we'll be doing now. So far we have removed the um, necessary messy things that we don't want. I don't know if okay, let's go to I think we have standardizing data format, putting in the right format. Now let's quickly solve that issue and then we're going to combining correcting typos, inconsistencies and also formatting. Now let's check. Do we need any formatting for this one? Because we don't have date, we don't actually need any formatting. But the challenge is that if you look at this trade-off, you see that this revenue is wrong. We cannot have revenue at the top in Naira, then we have Naira behind it. Instead behind after it. So that is wrong. So that's part of the thing you need to clean. So now let's do it like this. Let's clean this. Then we come back to that one. So let's remove this. Let's check. Okay, we have Naira. How many do we have? One, two, three, four. So what we do is this now. We can do it in two ways. We can actually delete them or we find and replace. But I would advise that you find and replace. You can split them into columns, then delete them too, depending on how you want to do it, depending on how you are vast. So we can let's highlight everything here, then do control H, find and replace. If you don't know where it is, you can search here, find find and replace, find and replace. You see replace. So the shortcut is control H. You can actually have that. Now it's saying find what? Find what? That find what you do is that you write, you place what you want to insert. Now let's do it now. Let's go back. Let's highlight this. Let's copy this one. Let's click out. Then we do it again. Control H. Now be careful of the way you highlight. Let me do this. Shift enter so that you not can fill up what's not necessary. Now let's find and replace. Find what? I copied it already. Find Naira. Replace it with what? Nothing. Like I want to remove that Naira off, then I'm not replacing it with anything. So replace all. So look at all done. We made 5 replacements. Okay. If you put replace, it's going to replace just only one. But if you do replace all, it will replace everything. Now I'm saving my work so that when we are done, we don't have issues. Now look at this. Look at this now. You see that we don't have anything Naira there. But don't forget that there should be Naira here. So I think we highlighted the header with it. So I'm going to return that so that we have it there. So I'm going to repeat this for this class. When you are cleaning, the process of cleaning process might be different from others. The major aim is to clean it well so that it will work out for your analysis. Okay, now let's do correcting typos or inconsistencies. You get. So let's see here. Let's check. We have February, January. Okay, but if you notice, we have January. This one is small letter, capital letter, small letter, capital letter. Let me see. March, April, May, June. Okay, we can do this in two ways. we can actually copy this one, then place it in a column or do text in column. Then we use our function. We can use our function. Then we have um, proper, probably in total case, but we might not use that one. So for this one now, we have January. I can just say, okay, fine. I can just copy it and tell and do something like find and replace to. Then I use, okay, Control H, Control H. Then find and replace. Okay, I have January. Then I can put, okay, paste January. Then find all and replace. 20 replacement, replace all. January. Okay, close. You can do that. Then also you can change it in form of, you can actually make it like, okay, fine. We can actually make it, okay, fine. We want to make every of this place a proper, as I said the other time, in proper case. So you can do that. So you can do it the way you want. So it's dependent on how you want it. Yeah, let's see this one now. Okay, now let's see. Let's check. We have if you look at this one, we have Abuja, we have Ibadan, we have Lag, we have Lagos, we have Port H, we have Port Harcourt. And then it means that this means that someone that actually wanted to write Lag is saying Lagos. So we cannot leave it like that. We need to replace that Lag with Lagos. And we need to replace the Port Harcourt. We need to replace the Porter H with Port Harcourt. It might be a typo error. The person might just want to fill that basically probably from the form or when they are making their records in the sales. So what we do is that, okay, let's just find and replace that. So we have Control H. Let's look for, so you tell it lag, find lag, replace it with Lagos. So replace all. Okay. We are done. We are replaced. Now, if you look at this one now, it's saying that we have done, meaning that, do you know that the former thing we had Lagos before, and in Lagos we have lag. You get, so because of that, it's saying everywhere there is lag now is putting Lagos. So we can actually change that to also Lagos is, and then put Lagos. Okay, now let's close it. So it depends on how you want to do it. If you're using Power Query, there's a way you can actually edit it straight up. Like you have Lego lag, just edit it straight up. Then it will change to Lagos, then add on to your file. So let's check if we are on point. Please, that's why I said data cleaning is you see Lagos, then we have Port Harcourt and all. That's why I said data cleaning is like 80% of what you want to do. Okay. So there's something I actually want to do now. Let's check. Okay, we have just one. So if we have one, let's see if Harcourt, Port Harcourt. So let's see enter. So what I did is that I filtered it, then I changed the name. You get because selector. Okay. Now the reason why I did it like that is because I have just only one port R. Did you see Port Harcourt? And I have it like this. Now the reason why I did it like that is that so that you can see that sometimes you might actually want to use a way, and then you find a faster route, then you sort it based on your understanding. That's why you have to be vast when it comes to data cleaning. So it's not that there's a regular way. You have to do it this way, this way. No. It is when you understand your data set, your basic functions, you analyze. That's data manipulation. So let's go on. Let's go on the cleaning. Then the product. Let's see the product. We have kilishi. We have mini kilishi. We have popcorn, tiger nut drink. We have zobo drink, and we have zobo drink. So let's check how many zobo drink do we have. We have zobo drink. Okay, zobo drink. Did you see this one that has paste? Yeah, let's see this one. Next one. Let's see zobo drink. It's just one. So what should we do? Should we space it, or we should put it? Let's put it together so that when we want to analyze, we can actually do that. So it depends. It depends on how you want to actually analyze your stuff. Zobo drink. So if you want it to be combined, you can say, okay, let's make it all those ones combined. If you don't want it to be combined, let's say, okay, fine, you don't want it to be combined. But I prefer it to be split like this. Zobo drink. Okay, let's see. Let's see whether mini kilichi is spaced. Tiger nut drink. If you notice, mini kilichi is spaced. Popcorn is not spaced. Basically, I think they call it that together. Then tiger nut drink has spaced. Then zobo drink has spaced. So we just go with the right pattern, with that pattern. So let's say you want to combine it. It's not a big deal. You can use different method in solving that. So let's go on. All the method of cleaning cannot be taught exactly once. The more you solve problem, the more you clean, the more you get better and get fast with your work. Now let's go to the unit sold. Unit sold. Let's just glance to unit sold. Let's see. All these ones are fine. Let's see these ones. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, fine. If you notice, all these ones are in decimal places. So now it depends on you. This one depends on you. If you want to make it two decimal places, if you notice, this one is in one decimal. This one is in one decimal place. This one is two decimal place. So you can actually check for the inconsistency. So you can click this and then say, okay, fine. The numbering we want it to be just one decimal. Look at where I clicked. You can increase it like this. Okay, two decimal places. So it will appear so in two decimal places. So even if you have that, then the revenue we can say one decimal places sometimes. Or we say this, but we will not get your accurate stuff. But if you're adding it up, it will not actually affect your data set. But for nice view, it's when we come to visualization, it's better off. Let's make it two decimal places like that. So that we have something nice at hand. So let's see. Okay, I guess this ones. Let's see if we can bring them. Okay, fine. I brought them to the middle. Let me bring it back so that we have it the same way with others. Now let's see. Okay, nice. Now let's go on with other things we need to do. Now for this data set, okay, for the data set, we don't need to remove any irrelevant data for now because we don't have a specific task for this. If you have a specific task for this one, you know what to remove. For example, if you are told that, okay, how many products um, are sold, then how much do we get? How much is the revenue do we have in January? So you know that, okay, you need just unit sold and revenue. So you don't need region. So you can actually remove them. But for now, you are not removing anything. You are making the data set um, clean for you because you'll be the one to find the insight yourself. Now let's check. I think the font is 12. Let's change the font. The font is 11. Let's change it to 12 for visibility. So you can change your font and all like that there. So I saved that already. Now the next thing I want us to do is validating data types. I like doing that very early when I'm sorting my when I'm doing my cleaning actually, but I'm just holding on to follow the process that we have on the former slide. Okay, fine. Now for other cleaning process, let's see. Let's see. I think we don't have any issue. We don't have any issue. Now the next thing we are going to do now is let's validate this. Let's validate this. So if you are validating anything here, if you're validating anything here, what you do that, okay, fine, this is January. January should be, if you click this column like this. Now this is month of the year, this is date. So this is where you're going to change the kind of the format you want it to be, the data type you want it to be. So let's say this is number, this is we can actually do this is long text, long date, short date, time, text. We can make it text. Okay, we can make it text or we make it date, long date or short date, depending on the aim of the data set. So we can actually do that. Okay, fine. We name it date. So we can make it form of string too, depending on your data set. That's why you have to understand your data set well. Now this one is Lagos, Ibadan, Port Harcourt. We can say, okay, where are we? What should we put this one? This one is state. It's not country. It's not country, state. Okay. Where should we put it? For this one, we have other formatting. You can custom it. You can tell me, okay, this is where I want to. I'm intentionally showing us. I want us to get all the formatting so that we can get used to. You can have an idea at least. Okay, text. This text scientific, two decimal place, fraction, percentage, or currency, date. Can you see date now? Date. You can change the date, like the country for the date here. Do you get now the dates? Do you see how you can actually format it well, the way you want it, alignment, view, and all like that. So for the region, for now, let's run it for the region. Let's do text because text, then products. Let's do products. Let's do text also. Unit sold. Now, unit sold will be what? Unit sold will be in numbers. In numbers. Then revenue. Now, revenue can be in currency and can be in numbers, depending on accounting, revenue, or currency you get. But it's this one is in dollars, so you can now change. If you want to look at this one is in dollars, so I will advise more formatting is there actually. So although it's not really data set actually, so I'll just advise us to put it in numbers so that we can have that in naira, so that it will be stable. You have it stabilized. So when you click on all these ones in the brain of your Excel, it knows that this is number. Here too we have number. Look at this. So if you look at this unit sold now, if you look at this, it's placing at one decimal place. So and I don't want that. It's making it at two decimal place, and I don't want that. So I removed it already. So if you want to do the formatting self, you can actually do the formatting yourself. Like you custom it that you don't want it to be two decimal place. Did you see zero places? You see that is how it works. I'm just trying to show us how we can go about it. This is part of data analysis, is data manipulation. So it is, the more you actually work with your data, the more you get. Now the reason why we run with this is because we just want this data to be clean, and then we have it cleaned, I think to some extent, clean, then formatted into their data type. You see number. So if you are going to do your total revenue and all like that, it will show, it will actually calculate everything. So for the analysis part, we'll go on from there, from this place. But before we go, let's do a nice formatting. Let's make it a little bit like nice, so that we can have something nice. Okay. I just want something nice like that. Just want something nice. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm not enjoying blue. Okay. Instead of formatting like, let's see something nice. Now this is what exactly I'm looking for. Let's do purple. So this that. I formatted it in form of a table. That's what I did. I formatted it as table, and I wanted it to look nice. Apart from having it the cell size, the cell styles you get, just to make it look nice. This doesn't mean you have done analysis, so you just make it like a table, and then format it as a table, and then you make it nice so that you can actually view it well. So for the next class, we'll be doing the analysis using pivot table. So instead of us using our basic functions like total revenue, getting to type equals to, okay, what is the total revenue? Okay, you want to get the total revenue or stuff like that, the total amount of units sold in their year, the total amount of stuff like that. Instead of using the basic functions, we can actually use basic function, but we're using pivot table because it's going to be a large data. You understand? So we're not able to highlight or undo all things like that. So we're using pivot table to solve that. So I think we are done for this class. So we'll see you next class to talk about how we are going to use pivot table to analyze this and then do visualization, so that we have um, a very good knowledge of data visualization and using pivot table to solve problems, especially to analyze, especially when we have a very large data. Yes, see you at the other end.